like brighter and bigger and pop.
Flames and smoke blanket 3 separate homeless encampments in just the past 3 weeks.
Straight up fire.
A lot of damage, but only minor injuries in all of them. Fire investigators say this one along Kellogg Avenue near the Wabasha Bridge complicated things with exploding propane tanks and lighters.
What do? We already don't have anything for it to be gone. It's like, what do we do?
Missy lived in the red tent, the one you see right next to the tent where the fire started.
This is clean as hell, like, compared to what it's been.
She escaped injury, doesn't know what happened to the 2 people in the tent next to her.
That's what I was worried about, because I'm like, they're toast. If they were there, they're toast. You know what I mean?
Small personal items in Missy's tent incinerated. Not a lot, but the world to Missy now gone.
When you look at all you have left.
I don't know what to do. I really don't. Like, this lady said she's going to try to help me get a few things, but that's like, oh, I'm tired of getting a few things and starting over.
Is this the first fire and accident that's affected you?
Probably like 3 or 4 in a week.
You've had 3 or 4 fires in a week?
Within the community.
And this St. Paul Fire Department report covering 8 homeless encampments lays out just how often fires are happening and how dangerous the huddled tents have become.
We're concerned. We're extremely concerned for the safety of the folks in these camps.
At the Kellogg camp, where 40 people are living, the report shows 15 fire calls, 25 medical responses, and numerous fire hazards cited since last November.
If a fire were to start and a wind would change, these 3 tents would be consumed instantly.
Up the hill near Dayton's Bluff at East 7th and Mounds Boulevard, an encampment with nearly 20 people where there have been 5 fire calls, 12 medical responses, and serious fire hazards cited. The report shows a combined 120 people living in tents across 8 encampments. Each of them had serious fire hazards.
And as you look around, if you walk around, you'll see propane cylinders, the small ones. You'll see 20-pounders. You'll see stacks of wood, the tent and the fire load with all of that. You'll see some creative venting of the exhaust that they're burning inside their tents. We're also concerned about the CO poisoning that's going on.
St. Paul Fire Chief Butch Inks tells me it's taxing his resources.
See also the fire load outside of the tent.
And as temperatures drop, he says the fire risk rises.
The close proximities of the tents. You can see a little bit of a wind, a small fire turns into a large fire. And there's people in all of these tents, in nylon tents. So yeah, it's a death trap. It's scary. And we are concerned about their safety as well as our firefighters responding to this.
Would you consider it a crisis level?
It's been a crisis. It's been a crisis since February when COVID hit.
Deputy Mayor Jamie Tincher tells me it's Mayor Melvin Carter's priority to help the nearly 300 unsheltered people find a place.
With the help from the state, we opened 2 new shelter facilities. One, Harriet Island, opened the day before Thanksgiving. And about a week later, we opened the Duluth and Case Rec Center. So we're encouraging folks at a minimum to come there. They can get warm. They can get connected to resources. We can get information.
Tincher says those 2 facilities, along with the closed Bethesda Hospital, which should open within the next couple weeks, add nearly 200 new beds for people in need.
The truth is we do have beds available. We've worked really hard to make beds, to make spaces, to make rooms available. They're available, and we need people to take us up on those options.
And with the fire risks getting worse, the mayor's office wants people moved to shelters and out of the encampments by next Monday.
So we've been sort of in a sprint to get that capacity added to the system so that we have more availability.
Missy is one of those the city is now reaching out to.
Things like this kind of set you back and kind of like make you question yourself, and then that's a little bit less confidence or something. You know what I mean?
Are you hopeful?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, most days, because I try to stay like, in every bad there's a good. To some form or fashion, it's a lesson, if anything.
Reporting in St. Paul for Nightcast, Jay Coles, 5 Eyewitness News.